CEO of the Pacific Southwest Association of Realtors. And just for your information, I have sat on the SR 125 Advisory Committee. I've sat on the Bayfront Committee as an appointment by the Port Commissioner. I've sat on the Local Home Review Committee, or review, it's easy for you to say. Mobile Home Rent Review Commission in the city of Chula Vista. I am on the San Diego County Law Enforcement Review Board and various other private organizations and board of directors.
Okay.
I've got several points, and I'm sorry, but some of them are going to be out of order because I felt I needed to make some notes on some of the comments that were made today. The RAC was organized and designated representatives. They were asked, they had 3 different categories: community organizations, technical organizations, and business organizations. The Pacific Southwest Association of Realtors was asked by the city to fill one of those seats. Pacific PSWR, to make it short, accepted that and was asked to appoint somebody to sit on the RAC. The board of directors of PSWR felt that it would be in the best interests of everybody, not just realtors, to have Rich serve, because he's very involved in the community, knows what's going on. The reason we accepted the seat was because we felt that way Rich could bring back information as to what is going on, so that we as an organization know what's going on.
If I could interrupt briefly, you said that there were 3 sets of reps that were asked to be on the board. Was PSWR specifically assigned, if you will, to any one of those sets when it was asked to be on the board?
I believe we were in a business association seat. It may be community.
Okay.
The business organizations.
Thank you.
At no time has PSWR given the respondent the direction on how to vote at the RAC. We've never given him any marching orders on what to take place. Sorry. We simply did what the city asked us to do. As far as the quote job description that was read, that is not Rich's job description. I will tell you that I had never written a job description for Rich. What was taken off of the website is part of the mission statement of the National Association, the California Association, and the local Association of Realtors. That is not his job description. Yes, he has a title of Director of Government Affairs because his job is to interact with local city officials, county city officials, state city officials, and federal officials. That's his job. But that doesn't mean, I don't know what all of your professions are, but that doesn't mean that because you are employed to do one job that you can't serve on something else and still have an open mind. Just as that's the reason I listed all the things that I sit on. It's outrageous to think that somebody cannot walk in. The reason people sit on the RAC is because they're shakers and movers. They all get things done. They have open minds. They are known to be able to think through processes, and that's why they're there. There are people that sit on the RAC that are on the complainants in their organizations. There are people that are paid by the Chamber of Commerce and sit on the RAC. There are people that are paid by a developer and sit on the RAC. There are alternates that have websites that are public websites and that actually, frankly, have lots of misstatements on that website. PSWR is a nonprofit organization. One of our purposes is to protect the right of property owners. That's the only reason we're here. We don't have any personal interests. We're just here for the betterment of the community, and that's one of the reasons why we were asked to sit on the RAC. If if the respondent is in violation of the Code of Ethics, then I think you have to look at the Chamber of Commerce. You have to look at every other organization. Everybody that's there is representing somebody. That's just what it is. I mean, they're not necessarily representing, but they are there because of that organization. That's all that PSWR was asked to do, and that's what Rich has been doing. It's an ethics violation. I don't think it should be against Rich Discovery. It should be against the organization that asked him to go there and sit there. So it should be against Pacific Southwest Association of Realtors. And if that is indeed what is found, then if the city still wants us to have a seat on that organization, we will reappoint, we will just appoint somebody else. But that doesn't mean the opinions are gonna change of that individual. Everybody has opinions. And just because they are different opinions of other people on the RAC, just as there are different opinions of people who come up to speak, that's what this organization is for, is to allow those things to be voiced. And that's what takes place. The articles that are written, those articles were not made, and was not written as a public official. They were written as an employee of the Pacific Southwest Association of Realtors, to our membership, to give the opinion of our board of directors of the organization. It has nothing to do, it doesn't mention the RAC and this and that and what's taking place. If you want public officials to not have any other representation or to have other opinions, you're gonna have to find people who don't work, who don't have an employer. And that's gonna be tough to do. Some of the folks have said we love to use the word NIMBYs. Everybody's a NIMBY. People don't want bad things to take place in their backyard. That's what NIMBY is, not my backyard. But that's why they have the opportunity to come and speak and to give their opinions. Once again, it's tough to find anybody who doesn't have an opinion. And that's why everybody comes to speak. Is it unethical because they have an opinion? No. You know, that's why people are here, and that's why the city is moving forward. And I unfortunately, I feel that this is kind of a way or an effort to sway the balance of the seats on the RAC. If we can unseat one person or something, then maybe we can get one of our people in who will think more like us. And you know, once again, we don't have a special interest. We have nothing vested in any of the projects that are being brought forward. I think it was smart of the city to have an organization such as that and the chamber to serve on the RAC. You know, if that is unethical, then I think the redevelopment commission needs to be instructed to restructure the RAC, because they are appointing people to represent organizations, which apparently, if this is correct, they're violating the code of ethics. So it would need to be restructured. It's not because of the people that have been appointed or asked to sit in a seat. They were doing what they were asked to do, and because the RAC set up and structured that way.